Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video, technically. But instead of talking about the mobile gacha game Slime Isekai Memories, we are now talking about the Slime Isekai Chronicles console slash PC game that came out today, August 7th of 2024. Now, first and foremost, this is not a gacha game. There is no additional money spending except for the DLC pack for $20. This game retails in the US at $49.99, $79.99 if you want to buy, the deluxe edition that has the DLC included. And I'm just going to do a weird video game review, which I don't do on this channel normally, but as a slime YouTuber for one of the games, it feels necessary to play this game and give my honest review of it and post it. So I've never done a review before, so if it's gonna be rough, please forgive me in advance. But I do want to give you guys my opinion, that way you know if it's worth it or not. Okay, so first and foremost, this is a 2.5 dimensional side-scrolling beat 'em up light RPG style of game. So you have individual stats, you can build characters and change their team members. You have three battle units that you can freely swap between during fights, and you have two support units that can give you additional super attacks or passive buffs. You have a well, maybe not large, but you have a decent sized list of usable characters in the game. You can build nation like our Isekai Memories game. So if we go here, actually we go to the start menu, we go to build, there is a building option where you can choose to build certain buildings that give you passive effects, as you can see on the left-hand side. It takes certain materials, like you see on the right. It takes gold. It takes grindable things you can pick up from missions. And if you enjoy the nation-building aspect of the gacha Isekai Memories, you might enjoy this nation-building aspect as well. We are only just now entering Chapter 2, so most of the gameplay will not be spoilers. The game follows the premise of the anime very, very strictly, but also played out in multiple cutscenes. PowerPoint presentation cutscenes, as I would kind of put them. So it skips through a lot of the beginning stuff in a slideshow, and you get to the gameplay aspects, and I guess I'll just kind of show you that now. So when you're heading out on a quest, you can, create your team. You can build it, with the characters you want, and then you choose a location. These locations have side objectives: defeat 100 enemies, achieve an S+ rank, obtain 10 treasure chests. It's meant for replayability. You will not get all these missions done in just one run through. And then you want to explore the Western Cave? Let's go. It'll take your chosen party that you've built in advance. Right now I'm running Ryumaru, Shion, and Shuna, with Rieger and Rigurd as my support units. We have movement, left and right. That's it. Our basic attacks, 1, 2, 3. You can alter them based on input direction from the stick. So we can do up X, or down X, forward X, and then back X does the same thing. This is on the Xbox controller. B is a jump, and then right bumper is a backwards or forwards dash, which you can use to perfect dodge. So combat is going to be segmented into little sections like this. We're going to fight some enemies here. You can perfect dodge out of attacks, just like, a Souls-like, and then you can counter-attack based on the inputs of these enemies. So that attack animation, you can perfect dodge it. I just get hit, though. And then the combos start up. Y is a special attack that takes the blue dots down below our name and our HP bar to use. They will restore as you continue combos and beat enemies up. You are graded Devil May Cry style on your total damage and combo count. The higher it goes, the higher your ranking. And that's about it. So there is the first battle, the first section of the Western Cave. And now we move on. And you can see in the top right, we have the map. So we can choose to go down here to enter a new line of the cave. and every battle is segmented into specific sections. So, apart from the normal combos and the dodge, ow, we also have special attacks with the Y button, which also have directional inputs based on what skills you have equipped. So that was Icicle Spear, but... oh, okay, the battle's done. We'll show the next skill in the next fight. When exploring caves, you can acquire these treasure chests, which takes a Gears of War active reload approach to getting better loot. So the little cursor moves, and your idea is to put the cursor into the tiny little light blue box, and if you don't do it, then it just stops wherever you want. But in order to get the best rewards, you need to time your stops perfectly to get the best loot. And now we've reached the end of this line of the dungeon, so it's time to backtrack and continue alongside a different path with another treasure chest that we will actually try and get a perfect line. Like that. Gold bar, we get rewards. These are the farmable items that you need to level up buildings, create new buildings, or some of them contain mission-specific items. Let's go and do another fight, and let's use a new skill with the directional up Y for Flare Circle now. And it does damage, it adds to your total hits. You can freely swap between your 3 units here at any point. They do have a cooldown. Each of them have different movesets. Shuna is magic focused, which is cool. So her moveset is much different than Rimuru. And Shion's moveset is all about power. So we swapped to Rimuru, we've done some attacks. Each enemy has a stamina meter and an HP bar. If you break the stamina meter, they go into a stun, and then they take more damage. And if they do have the stamina meter, then they will not really take anything until you break it. So right now, all 3 of them are dead. But if we go on to the boss fight, the boss fight has an HP bar, a name, sometimes it brings some ads in, and you can see the blue stamina defense meter above his head. And until you break that, he does not take any damage to his actual HP bar. So you have to do special attacks, normal attacks, you have to perfect dodge and then parry him to break it quickly. And then right trigger, you can use your ultimate attack. Sometimes they have cutscenes. And they do a lot of damage, but they do take an energy bar that does regenerate over time. And each character has a unique ult attack. And then our support characters, Rieger and Riegerd, you can use the arrow keys to call them in for support attacks. And they could add to your combo meter, add to your hit meter, do more damage. And it can just help you get a higher grade while also breaking the boss's stamina bar. Juggling is a very important aspect of this game to keep enemies off the ground to make sure that they cannot hit you and you can continue your combo. But that is the basic concept of the Battle of Slime Isekai Chronicles. Now, I've talked about the story a bit. It does follow the main Slime Tensura timeline with a few new additions. There are a number of original characters that were added to this game that the author Fuse put in himself. I have not personally reached those new characters yet, just getting to Chapter 2 right now. This Chapter 1 took me about 3 hours to do, watching the cutscenes, reading the interactions and so forth. It may take a normal player shorter time if they don't care because they've already watched Slime and they know how the anime storyline goes. That could save you a lot of time. But the gameplay is broken up by sparses of talking to characters, then gathering materials to build a certain thing, and then going to battle, and then building a new area. So right here, Vacant Land, it wants us to build a canteen, which we now have enough gold for. So let's build it. You can see that it's going to give us a 6% special attack and 6% bonus to our luck stats by building it. Excellent. These are the passive gains that you can get, and you will become stronger and stronger as you upgrade your Nation of Tempest. Now, of course, there are other aspects to this game that I haven't quite touched on, but this is just a very basic overview of how the game runs. You have items that you've collected, you have a quest log, the building option we've talked about, the party building. You could use a number of these characters. They all have different uses and stats. They have different elements. Benimaru is fire. Shuna looks to be light and fire. Shion is neutral and dark. So they all have different uses for different stages and different bosses. And they have a RPG level up system, passive skills. and you acquire these points by completing missions, by running bosses, and they can give you passive upgrades as well. Defense increases by 5% for 10 seconds after taking damage. Special attack by 5% for 10 seconds after using a special attack. Straight up extra special attack 30%, or attack or HP. Every one of these characters has a skill tree. It does not look to be anything too invigorating. You have the support characters that have different skill trees that still help you out passively. Otherwise, everyone has the same board. So, overall, after 3 hours of playing this game, I'm not overly impressed with it. The character models, this artwork looks fine, but then in the game, they're semi-chibi looking. Like, look at Rimuru, look at Shion, and then you get these kind of voiceover cutscenes between boxes. Reminds me of Metal Gear Solid. No, not that. But here we go. The animation quality is medium. The character models are debatable. And a lot of the conversations in between look like this. Talking heads in boxes, or just a narration and a PowerPoint slideshow of cutscenes from the anime. So overall, do I think this game is worth $50? No. I think this game's worth about $20 and probably belongs on a PS2. So if you're looking for this video asking yourself, should I pick this up? I would say wait for it to go on sale. The Steam winter sale or Black Friday. I would not pay $50 for this game, personally, especially if you are hurting for cash right now. You can very easily wait. If you have watched Slime at all, you have encountered, I'd say, 80% of this game. The original characters, yet again, I have not gotten to within 3 hours of gameplay. I'm sure they have a pretty significant storyline since they are featured as the pull of this game, being new characters written by Fuse. Apart from that, I would give this game like a 5 out of 10. It's pretty just mid. So if you have played this game, let me know your thoughts. If you've watched this video and this is your first time seeing it, let me know your thoughts as well. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.